This is the American Indians, Indigenous Peoples' Truths. Justice for all. The most dangerous show on media anywhere. OCO, Taishu, Shadanalai, Ayajagola Waya Sonoy, Alito. I'm Jay Winter Nightwolf, along with my co-host tonight and production specialist, Leslie Fry, and my executive producer of my radio broadcast, Ramon GRIMALDI. Hello, how is everybody?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm great, and there I see Leslie's face. Oh, and yours too.
Oh, we're starting early tonight. Okay.
Yeah, you're really not seeing my face. You're only seeing my image.
No questions. I took care of that last week, so I'm done with that one.
So this is going to be a really special night tonight. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I would like to acknowledge a sacred holiday of our Islamic or Muslim sisters and brothers, Ramadan.
Yes, we are practicing Ramadan right now. Ramadan, it goes until May the 2nd. It's a time of fasting and reflection. So we wish all of our Muslim brothers and sisters Ramadan Mubarak or Ramadan Kareem, and that you may have a peaceful fast and is acceptable to Allah.
Absolutely. Okay, Ramon, what you got to say about that? You got a problem with that?
Oh, no, I was coming up later. I was going to let you do the land acknowledgement first, and then I was going to comment on something that's going to be a little controversial.
Okay. Leslie, would you do us all a favor as you do it every week? Would you give the land acknowledgement, please? Leslie, are you there?
Hello, sorry. Let's pause for a moment to acknowledge the traditional stewards of the lands that we reside on, and especially their ancestors, descendants, and all indigenous people who live now and have ever lived on this land that we call Turtle Island.
Wow, thank you. We have a special guest, actually, another husband and wife team. Blues great. His name is Murray Porter. And Murray Porter is a Mohawk from the Six Nations. He's a blues singer, he's a writer, he's a composer, he's all of that. But most of all, I've known Murray for some time. Murray is my brother. And also his wife. Can't forget about that woman, ELAINE Bomberry. She's actually Murray Porter's helpmate. So are our guests with us tonight? Are you there?
Yes, they are. They are. Let's bring them in.
Okay.
Yes, Murray.
How you doing?
Hey, Murray, how you doing, bro? Good to see you,
I'm
man.
alive, bro. I'm mostly alive.
Oh, and there's the lady.
That's
Hey,
right.
Elaine,
Hi, folks.
how are you?
I call her my sidekick, but she kicks me in the side when I say that. So I can't say that.
Yeah. So,
That's all I can play. That's all I can play is one note.
okay. You know they had a song back in the '60s called the One Note Samba.
Oh, really?
You remember that? You remember that, Mary?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Sergio Mendes in the Brazilian '66.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
You played the whole song with one note.
That's
No way.
Yo.
Oh yeah.
It was how he played that note.
Real. It's
Yeah.
how you play the note, right? It's like,
Okay.
so I'm gonna get out of his way because I think he should sing for you guys right now.
Okay. Well, wait a minute before you go anywhere.
Yo.
Get back over there, Chris.
What?
Tell us a little about yourself, Elaine, and how
Go
you
first.
and
Me?
how you got involved with that guy.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's a long. How much time do you have?
We
I'm
start off.
Elaine Bomberry, and I've been involved in the indigenous music movement for very many years.
How many?
Many years.
35 years.
35. I don't know. Long time.
You put up
I
with
met
them.
this fellow. All those years ago and stuff. And I'm just, my heart and my soul is about moving our indigenous musicians forward. So that's all I have to say. It's like, I've been blessed to be in the job and working in this world. Yeah. And I just want to move our guys and women forward.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that. Now, we got Mary Porter.
Yeah, I do, brother.
Hey, man, how you been? Look,
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'll start with my life. First of all, I was born in 1960, and my grandmother played the piano. My great-grandfather played the tuba, and my grandfather played the drums in the Pentecostal church. And my dad, well, he played old records. It kind of skipped a generation. But my grandmother died before she could ever teach me anything. So somehow it came over one generation. It came to me, and I just taught myself to play. I never took any lessons or anything like that. I learned a couple of guitar chords, and then I transferred those notes to the piano, and that was about it. And then I took it from there.
And there you got it. You got it right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
My co-host, not my co-host, but my executive producer of my radio show, Ramon Grimaldi,
Yes.
sitting there. Hey, Ramon, say something to him.
I'm just excited to be a witness to this. I've been waiting for this for a while.
Well, I hope I don't disappoint you, brother.
I don't think that's possible. I've heard quite a few of your albums, and there's no way to disappoint. Actually, the only disappointment is that I can't wait for a waitress and get a double put on the table, because
Well, if you get a waitress, man, you call me 1, 2, please. Thank you.
see, what you play, what I and a lot of people consider brown liquor music a lot of times.
What do you play, Red Blues? Red Blues, baby. Red Blues.
I don't know what happened to. There he is.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Ramon.
No, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Brown liquor music. So sometimes you need it, because you play the kind of songs that about 3 bars in, you're looking for the waitress.
Yeah, man. You're making a double, man.
Yes, indeed.
Murray, can I say something to you? First of all,
Absolutely.
I'm extremely excited that you're going to be here this evening.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm going to tell you that as a young girl, my grandmother was the one that introduced me and my sisters and brothers and my cousins to the blues. My grandmother was a contralto, which is a unique, tonality of your voice.
Yeah, yeah.
And she used to sing the blues. She never learned how to play the piano, but similar to you, she
Yeah.
used to play the piano, and she only played the black keys. She never played the white keys, but she was the one that would sing the blues for us. And it was always a treat for us to come around her whenever she visited. And in her latter days, she was living with my mother. We would listen to her sing the blues. And since then, I guess the older I become and the more problems and situations that have occurred in my life, I started really appreciating the blues, because now I knew exactly what those people were saying and what they meant.
Exactly. It's hard to have the blues when you're 18.
Yes, exactly.
First you gotta have a woman leave you. You have to leave a woman. You have to do all these things in life that you can't really accomplish when you're 18 or 19, and you don't appreciate it until you get to be an elder, such as myself.
Well, you know what? I heard one of my friends said one time, he was talking to one of our brothers from the Lakota Nation.
Yeah.
And he says, hey, man, I'm going to go home and listen to some blues. So our brother from the Lakota Nation says, I don't know why you got to listen to some blues. We've been singing blues ever since 1492.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Yes.
I have this shirt called the Native American Blues Society, established 1492.
1492.
That's when we first got the blues.
We're the original members, right?
Oh, yeah. So, Mary,
I'm going to say something that's going to get me kicked off the show. So let me do it now, get away with it so that I can just sit back and listen to the music. I had a buddy of mine one time. We were out and we were having a couple of drinks and having fun. And he said, well, I'm going home now. I'm going to listen to the blues. And they're like, okay, well, what are you going to listen to? You listen to this, you listen to Ray Charles, you listen to Leon Russell. What'd you listen to? He goes, no, I'm going home to listen to the blues. My wife's home.
Yeah, I'm kicking you off.
I
told you.
Can we kick them off now?
Yeah, he's getting booted.
Okay. Boot.
Yeah.
My apologies. I'm going to sit back in the corner and be quiet.
Okay, so Mary, let's break up all this mess, Mary. Would you perform?
Murray's ready to play.
Okay.
Oh, no.
No, that's wrong.
All right, this one called Red Blues. make myself a drink. I grab a glass and a few ice cubes. I walk on over to the sink. My old lady said that I ought not to, 'cause you'll get sick if you drink that red water. Red blues, red blues, baby, red blues. Every kind of people got every kind of blues. The red man's got red blues, red blues, red blues, red blues, baby, red blues. Every kind of people got every kind of blues. The red man's got red blues.
Yeah.
There you go.
How's that? Are you guys still there?
Most
Listen.
people, excuse me,
Go ahead.
most people don't understand what Riz blues is. When the Europeans came over here
That's right.
in the late 1490s and put their feet in our pristine waters and planted their feet on our bountiful homelands, shortly after that, they came up with the United States of America. And what they did, they put Indians under the War Department. And, and then they said, okay, we're going to give you special places to live. They're going to give us special places to live on our land.
Yeah.
And they put us in these concentration camps.
I like that analogy, man.
That they call reservations.
Yeah.
How is it a reservation? Oh, we're reserving this area for you to go and live on, and hopefully you'll die. And that's why we got the Riz blues.
Yes. We got Red's blues, man. You know, it was all about the way the whole freaking system was set up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the government, everything was set up to put us in these little land checks. Boom, 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 boom. All over North America. And that wasn't fair.
And they
Well, our people, the Mohawk people, the Haudenosaunee people, the Iroquois, they called us. We had all of Ontario, half of Quebec, down there through the United States, down in New York, all the way around the Great Lakes.
right.
And they suddenly decided that, okay, half of you are Canadian, and half of you are American. And so they sent us some to Canada, and some stayed in America. And so they separated our tribes. When they took us apart. Luckily, the Six Nations on Ontario, where we live, managed to stick together. And then we eventually brought the Tuscarora people into our tribe. We were only 5 nations. We became 6. And the Tuscarora people brought the slaves down through the Underground Railroad, and they settled in Canada. Well, they brought the slaves over, but they had nowhere to go. There are land bases in South Carolina.
Right.
And so we took them in as the 6th nation. We used to be 5, and that's why we're called 6 Nations now.
Yeah, because the Cherokees became the 6th nation because we were the ones that guarded the southern door.
That's right.
Yeah, and you know the Cherokees are part of who I am. So, and all of this stuff started back in 1492.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have a question for Murray.
Sure.
You know, a lot of people attribute the blues to Black people, but there's a movie out there called um,
Rumble.
Rumble, The Indians Who Rock the World. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yes.
That talks about the rhythms of the blues being a combination of Black African music and indigenous Native American music, starting with Charlie. He used to play the guitar, and he used to use rhythms on his guitar because we weren't allowed to play the drums on the when we were working on sharecropping or we're living
Yeah,
on
they
land.
took the drums away, right?
Yes, exactly. But have you ever had anybody say in surprise, "Oh, but you're not exactly what what is representative of what we could consider the blues"? Has
Okay,
anybody ever said anything to you like that?
Can I, I'm going to answer this because that's part of my research. Okay? I've done that research about the indigenous influence on the blues. And when I saw Rumble, I'm like, oh my God, that's all my research. Like the first 20 minutes of it, I've done that. Like we have, as indigenous people, we have an influence on the blues for sure. And our beautiful friend, Portafe, you know, like she's the key to me of our influence on the blues. Is Portafe, Tuscarora Nation from northern Carolina.
Yes, from North Carolina.
Fell in love with the Cree man in northern Saskatchewan, right?
Yeah.
But you know, but what I'm saying is like that is our story.
Yes,
That
it was actually Pura that had us. She had us on here. She was on our show. We did a show with indigenous singers and bass players, and Pura was telling us about that because she speaks about it in the movie Rumble. And I highly recommend to our audience members out there that you need to watch that movie.
You gotta
because
see that.
yes, because these rhythms that we think that we invented in church or in the blues actually come from our indigenous heritage.
Yes.
Definitely not from it's a combination of those things, but the rhythms that Charlie Patton brought to the blues, people like that is where that came from.
Yeah.
It's an amazing movie.
Muddy Waters, even Chuck Berry, they all had some blood.
Yes, Chuck Berry's Cherokee.
There's something to it, man.
Yeah, definitely to it.
It goes back to this notion of purity and how some Native Americans want to tell you that they're pure this or they're pure that, which
There's
is
no purity.
impossible. There isn't.
No way, man.
And just like you may think that
like Auntie got around, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no question.
You know what? Let's talk about that, Ramon. Let's talk about the fact that there are a lot of people. Yeah, but I do want to go into the depth of people thinking that this is purist. So let's go ahead and hear what you have to say, and then let's talk about the so-called purity of Native blood.
I can clean it up quick. It's just like Native Americans came down from Arcadia, Canada. And by the time they got to Louisiana, of course, the white man couldn't say Arcadia right. So he called, instead of Arcadians, they became Cajuns. And that's like Cajun and Creole food. It is the combination of a bunch of different seasonings from a bunch of different cultures. So if anybody has the nerve to go to Louisiana and say Creole and Cajun food, that's pure Louisiana food, you're a pure fool or a pure liar. Wow. There's nothing pure about it, and it's the same thing with the music.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Okay.
It began, you know, like we said, the tribe. I mean, the slaves would escape from their.
Let's go back there. We have to go back there, right?
And where would they go? Right to they see the fires, which were our fires, and because their drums were taken away, we should reintroduce them to the drum. And so it became this cross-pollination of all the cultures. If you look at the Neville Brothers, and you look at the
Yep.
that whole gang down there, all the way up. all the way up to Canada because
Yeah.
the Tuscaroras brought the slaves over to Canada on the rafts across the Niagara River.
Mhm.
This is later. This is down the road. What happened was, yes, that our people were able to help the African slaves come to Canada through the Niagara River. So that was a whole other thing. He talks so fast.
Yeah,
But
but,
no,
that's
honestly,
true.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Aside that's what happened.
Okay.
Is the African slaves were able to cross the river to Canada through our people. It was through the Tuscarora people, and the Tuscarora people built rafts.
Mhm.
They
Yep.
built rafts.
You know,
That's so beautiful.
Can we just make a comment right here? Rainbow Unicorn Princess and Tanya said
Yeah.
the smoke dance looks similar to the dancing of shouting that Black people do when we're like
Hello?
in church. Yeah.
Can we talk? Can we talk
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's like call and response, right?
Yes.
It's like call and response. Like that's the same thing. It's the same thing, you know? Oh, I'm getting nudged down.
No, you don't. Come on, sit down here, right, man.
No, you're gonna play some.
Am I?
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently.
hey, Mary,
Yo.
before you leave us tonight, would you do 1492 for your brother, me?
Do my worst. That can space 500 years ago. Oh, Prescott, I'm told Isabella that the world was round. That thought he flipped his lid. The queen so much she finally said okay. Said I'll give you free shit, handsome man. This is India, we are. Till the home again. 1492. Who found who? 1492. Who found who? Welcome on his time and weary traveler. And go Chris, give out your name. This is not India. We are not Indians. To this day, it's still the same. 1492. Who found who? 1492. Who found who? Who found who? Who found who? Who found who?
That's too shabby, this guy, eh?
Oh, my God. Yes.
Love it.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Hey, Murray, where'd you get that raspy voice?
I drink
You
a lot
was
of
born
liquor.
with You guys, if you're cool, I would really like him to play one more song, which I believe for me is a unity song for all of us people. It's called Same Canoe.
Okay, go ahead.
We still
Can
have
you
some
do
time.
it?
We still
Can
have
you
some
do it?
time, so you definitely can go ahead and play. We've
Okay.
got maybe about another 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I can do a lengthy solo then. Is that what you're saying? All right.
No,
Not too much, because I've got a
All right,
couple of quick questions I really want to ask.
Yeah, let's.
All right.
I tell you what. Let's go ahead and have him play first.
Everybody is different. Everybody is the same. Everybody's got a mother. Everybody's got a name. Never mind the color of another man's skin. We can see the light. It shines from within. We're all in this thing together. We're all in the same canoe. And if we're gonna make it down that river, you're gonna need me, and I'm gonna need you. Put on the television, turn on the news. Everywhere I look, everybody's got the blues. We gotta love one another, try to get along. All we need is music, all we need is song. We're all in this thing together, yeah. We're all in the same canoe. If we're gonna make it down that river, you're gonna need me, and I'm gonna need you. Baby, I should lay down your body. Remember your daughters, remember your sons. All the money spent on war and misery would be better spent on peace and harmony. Red, yellow, black and white, and brown people too. We all have the right to live the way we want to. Because underneath the skin, we are all the same. Because we live, laugh, love, and cry. We all feel pain. We're all in this thing together. We're all in the same canoe. And if we're gonna make it down that river, you're gonna need me, and I'm gonna need you. You're gonna need me, and I'm gonna need you. You're gonna need me, baby, yeah. And I'm gonna need you.
Woo! Woo! That was awesome.
Yes, sir.
Woo! Yes, love it.
You know, one of our
About the
viewers, her
Ukrainian
name is
too,
Rainbow.
when they sing that
What is
song.
it?
Yes.
Because we're gonna love one another, help each other, you know. And that guy, I don't know, what's his name? Putin.
Yeah.
Heavy on the poo.
Oh.
Anyway, we just we can't be there. We can't do much, but we can send our prayers. We can send our hearts, souls, and feelings to them.
Yeah.
And I dedicate all this what I'm doing right now to those people.
Oh, wow, awesome.
That was
Absolutely.
awesome, Marie.
So we got the Unicorn Princess and Tanya, and they just said they love it. They love it, and they look like they're young people. They love it. Ramon, you got a couple of questions for Mary?
Yeah, and the first one, it's
Speak
a
up.
lot of, huh?
You're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to figure all this money I spent on this equipment, and I did my pretty mic today since it was TV, but I got to be able to hear me. But a lot of native people that get into the music business, they play native music. What made you decide to play blues? And like in your music, and I don't like to compare artists because I don't think that's respectful, but I do hear things that trigger in my mind stuff like Leon Russell and things like that. And you've got one song, "Crying in My Sleep." Oh my God, that one's an ugly song, and
That's my favorite.
It makes
kind
people ugly cry. Ugly cry.
it kind of reminds me also of Willie Nelson doing "Angels Flying Too Close to the Ground." It kind of invokes that same feeling in you. But my first quick question is, what made you decide to do blues?
Do it, baby. Do it.
Here's what happened to me. As where we live, where I grew up in Southern Ontario, we're close to the Great Lakes. And late at night on the AM radio, when I was supposed to be sleeping, I could tune in to this station out of Chicago somehow, and I heard B.B. King sing "The Thrill Is Gone." I swear to God, man. And
Oh, really?
I saw. I went, wow.
Yes.
And I didn't know what it was because I grew up on country. My mom was listening to Charlie Pride and Merle Haggard and whatnot, and I heard that song and I waited until they said, "This is K something home of the blues," and right there I went, "Okay, now I got a purpose." I heard that first song and it just hit me like a 2x4 up to the side of the head, and it went, "Wow, okay." And so I went out and bought all the blues records I could find and started listening to blues, and I thought, yeah, okay, that's okay. I'm a blues guy, I guess.
But the thrill is gone. Talk about it.
Okay, before I got to tell you this story, man. This is a wonderful story. I went to play at this place called Tulalip, which is just northern Washington State, just over the border. And they called me up and said, "Hello, would you like to open up a show for Etta James and B.B. King?" And before she even got it out of her mouth, I said yes. I never asked about how much money it was or how, whatever. And I said, yes, of course. So anyways, I'm backstage. I opened the show and I went walking by Etta James' trailer. And I saw her sitting on the couch in her trailer. And I thought to myself, when am I ever going to get a chance to meet Etta James? I already met BB and my parents. It was his birthday and everything. So I walked up and knocked on the door and in this little trailer. And she said, "Who is it?" You know how Etta James could be, right?
Oh, yeah.
I said, well, man, I'm a Mohawk. My name is Murray Porter. I opened up the show. She goes, "Wait a minute. You're native?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, get in here." And I thought she was going to kiss me. She reached out her hand. I thought she was going to shake my hand. But she did not. She pulled me down right on her lap. And she gave me a big red lipstick kiss right on my cheek right here. And she said, "Us brown people got to stick together."
Yes.
And so I had that red lipstick on my face for 3 days. I rolled up on the pillow. I looked pretty straggly and everything. But yeah, Etta James kissed me on the cheek. I'll never forget that day.
That's an amazing story. Wow.
It was, and you know what? Like B.B. King was just like he seems, like a happy grandfather kind of dude. That's exactly what he's like.
He was.
He's just a happy cat.
He was.
And now they're both gone.
Yeah.
Sadly, into the spirit world. But I'm going to play that song for you, if I may.
Sure, please.
All right.
Go ahead.
Oh,
away. And if you leave me now, you'll be sorry someday. Till it's gone, yeah, gone away from me. Till it's gone, yeah, gone away from me. You know you've done me wrong. How lonely I'll be. Well, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, free from your spell. Free, 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 baby, free from your spell. I know it's all over. I know it's all over. I know it's all over. All I can do is wish you well.
Wow. Wow.
Baby,
Wow.
Harriet, can I say something? My grandmother, who was a contralto, has passed away she's been a while now. I think she passed away in 2007, I believe. But she loved B.B. King, and she never called him B.B. King. She used to call him Bebe King, especially after she had a little liquor in her. She would call him Bebe King, Bebe King. Yeah, Bebe King. Thank you so much for singing that song, because you had me up here with big tears in my eyes thinking about my grandmother.
oh man, that's so cool. That's so cool. You know, BB stood for Blues Boy.
Yeah.
That's what originally how BB came. He was Blues Boy, and then they sorted it down to BB, and now it's just Mr. King.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
Your second question, Ramon?
The second one, it's like just what you did right now. You can do that same thing with your trio. But I saw on YouTube that you did a gig with the University of Saskatchewan's jazz ensemble, which was fantastic. And I encourage anybody to go on YouTube and see that.
Yes,
it was
please
wonderful.
do.
How did that come
was so
about?
wonderful because they were kids. They were just,
they were good.
What I mean? And they had all their parts written out. It really, to me, it was one of my most precious moments.
But now doing that, and here's why I ask it, doing that is a little different because you're with a full ensemble. You can take your keyboard and you can take your trio, and you get in a club somewhere, you can make a hard left turn and go anywhere. Yeah. But with that, you have to be in one lane.
That's right, man. I'm a hard left turn guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did it feel constricted, or was it like something that you really enjoyed?
I really enjoyed it because sometimes I need somebody to tell me what to do. And when not to take a left turn all of a sudden. And I knew it was these youngsters, and I knew I had to stay on point. The conductor was a really nice fella, and he would point to me when it was my turn, because he had to cue me for my own music, because I got mesmerized a bit by listening to all those horns and strings.
They were great kids.
Yeah, and
they were great kids.
They invited me back to their student lounge. Say, come on with us. Come to the student lounge. Come on, man. Yeah, we politely declined because
we're old.
we're old people kind of, and I was tired already by then. But they were just full of piss and vinegar. They wanted me to come to the student union and hang out, meet all their friends and whatnot. So it was nice. The spirit of the youth boosts my spirits too all the time. You know what I mean? It gives me a lift that I need. And now after 2 years, finally having the audiences, it's been such a joy, man. After 2 years of nothing, I did some online stuff, which was cool, but you can't. It's not the same as feeling the vibe from people right in front of you who are dancing, and laughing. You know, the energy that flows back and forth between the performer and the artist and the crowd is just like amazing, man. I'm so happy to be back doing it again.
Let him talk.
Okay. I'm happy that you are back, Mary. I really
You too, brother. Thanks.
Man, I've been missing you like crazy. How long have we been knowing each other? About 15 years?
About that?
Probably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you one thing, you don't need anybody to speak for you because Elaine is there.
I know you can hear her. She tells me what to say.
Uh-huh.
They
Yeah.
can hear you, And they,
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, that's the boss.
you know it, man.
So I have one more request before we
Mm-hmm.
get out of here.
All right.
Actually, two. Will you come?
Yeah, you can do that, boss.
Pick one.
Can you will you come back again, Mary?
Absolutely, brother.
Absolutely.
Anytime, man. I got no place to go.
Time out. As the executive producer of the radio show, before you come back here to the camera, I'd love to get you on the mic for 2 hours on the radio. I'm dying for that. So if we can arrange
I
it.
got more stories than I can remember.
Oh, yes.
Well, good. We got
Yes,
2
yes.
hours to let you just stretch out and drag your feet if you want to. And
All right.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
waiting for that. And I'll tell you something else also. I'm going to record this show off YouTube and I'm going to keep it forever, man.
Yeah,
I would also
man.
encourage people,
Woo.
check out some of the stuff on YouTube and buy the album. I'm probably going to say it backwards, but I love the album. What is it? Songs Lived and Life
And
Played.
Life Played.
That is one hell of an album.
Oh yeah.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you. I wrote songs on there too. So
Oh,
Yeah,
I have
that's
some
awesome.
lyrics on there. Yeah.
man.
Anyway.
so
it's
right
so good
here.
to talk to you, folks. Call me anytime you want. I don't get to leave the house that much anyway. So yeah, I appreciate the airplay. I appreciate the talking with you and sharing a little bit of stuff. And then if you want to do that radio program, brother, just let me know because I got all kind of stories.
So what are we on, Pacifica or what?
No.
No, we're not on Pacifica
What-
anymore.
what are
We're actually now part of the Radio One network with 66 stations across the country.
Radio One.
And
There you
locally, it's on 1450 AM WOL, 95.5 FM, 102.3 FM
cool.
HD3, and on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
I wish I could.
WWL.
Y'all are killing me.
.com.
Listen, I just wanted to let you all know at the I've added in post. This is Murray's website if you want to go and check it out and follow where he's going to be next, his concerts and stuff like that. He just did a
And check out my
show.
Facebook page too.
Yeah, Facebook as well.
Yeah.
He just did a show a couple of weeks ago. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. So just follow him. I mean, this you can't. You all. This is gold right here. And when you know there's gold in them hills, you need to go there and take it.
And get some. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, get some, man. Get some, man. I do it for love, not money.
that's right. Well, Mary,
Because if I did it for money, I might be living in a penthouse in Vancouver. Oh, I am.
Listen, if you did it for money, you would have changed, and we love you just the way you are right now. Stay this way.
Thank you. Thank you, sister.
Okay. Can the host get a word in?
I
Please.
guess.
It's a love fest. Go ahead.
I'm gonna smack Ramon. But
In
Mary,
a good way.
oh yeah. I always
Yeah.
do that to him every time I see him. He expects it. I slap him upside his head, then he turns the other cheek. Okay, get that side too.
There you go, man.
Get it done early.
So anyway, Mary, it's been an honor to have you on the show and just to see your face, man. Good grief. And
Check out the hairdo, man. 2 years.
yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing
Yeah, man. Yo, I never had long hair my entire life till now.
I know. So anyway, I just want to ask you one thing.
All right.
Would you play, Ramon, what is the name of your song? I couldn't sleep at all last night.
No, that's Crying in My Sleep.
Crying.
What's the other one? Since She's Been Gone. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I can do that.
No, cry.
But Crying
I'll
in
do
My
it right
Sleep.
now, okay?
Dude, it's my favorite song. It's my favorite song. Really, it's my favorite song. Woo! Serious, it's my favorite song.
I've been crying in my sleep. Calling out your name. Because you hurt me so bad. Even sleep won't ease my pain. It tears my heart right from my body. When you smile at me that way. You've got your own life in my arms every minute of the day. We could never be together. We're far apart so many ways. Got your own life and I've got mine. But it won't hurt if I just pray. I'm afraid to close my eyes because I know that I will see I see your smiling face staring so beautifully at me. I've been crying in my sleep. Crying in my sleep. I've been crying in my sleep, baby. I've been crying in my sleep.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I love that song. Oh, you don't even know how much I love that song.
All I can say is I talk too much. That's the only man that can make me speechless. Love you two guys there. Love everybody. I'm just gonna lay back and just catch my breath, and that's my closing statement. Good night, y'all. Good God.
So
You know,
maybe
it's a song that like Baby You're My Good Thing. It just stands the test of time somehow. People just love it, man. But they want to ask the kids, play Baby You're a Good Thing. Play Crying in My Sleep. Come on, man. You know, and it makes people tear up a little bit, you know. I like to think that when I do a show, I want to make people laugh. I want to make them cry. I want to make them mad a little bit. But when they leave the show, I want to make them feel happy. We feel like they learned something and they took something into their hearts, and that's my job, man.
okay, thank you so much. Do you think maybe one of these times that you come back on the radio and television show, you could bring the other two members of your trio with you?
I probably could do that for sure.
Okay, cool.
I got a spot. I got a spot right there down here on the res that he's got a camera. He's got a whole setup. It would be good. We do that, sure, absolutely.
Mary, thank you so much, bro. Man, you have no idea what this has done for me. And I'll tell you this before I leave. One of the sisters, her name is Marino Hernandez. She wants to know where she can get a copy of a CD.
You gotta go. I don't have CDs anymore because nobody has CD players. But if you go to iTunes or Amazon, you could get the album for the whole for $1 a song.
Okay.
So iTunes or Amazon, check that out.
Barry, I got to leave you with this, man. My father was actually one of the original Ink Spots.
No way.
Yes, indeed.
Ink Spots.
What?
Yep. My dad was. Actually, there were two Native Americans in that group. My dad was one of them. Yeah, but that's what.
Man, I didn't know about this shit. Sorry about that. That's bomb.
That's all right. This is real talk.
Now that you can't do on the radio.
I'm glad you told me that. Now I'm gonna go check out the Ink Spots on YouTube.
Okay.
Check out those guys, man. That's coolest. I had no idea, bro.
Yeah. What I'll do is maybe tonight or tomorrow call you and have a conversation with you about it.
Sure, man. That sounds great.
Wow.
Let's talk about it. This is, to me,
Brother, that's landmark.
yeah, man. Wow, cool, man. That's so cool.
So anyway, thank you again, Mary and Elaine. We love having y'all.
Yes.
Right,
because
it's like getting out of the house without ever leaving the house.
So Mary and Elaine have been my friends for over 15 years when I was on the other radio station.
Yes.
And I just can't say enough about you, bro. You know?
Well, save your words.
Okay.
Because I don't get compliments all that often. I said, oh, use them all up. You put some in the closet for later, man. Yo.
I got more good words than Santa Claus got room in his sack.
Elder, before you sign off, Murray and Elaine, please stay in the broadcast after we go off the air.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. All right.
We love you. We love you all. And thank you to Jay Winter Nightwolf and doing what he does to keep our voices alive.
Want to go on?
Amen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're signing off now, and Elaine and Mary stay on after the broadcast goes on.
Okay, we will.
All right.
We love you guys.
You know, so many people have said, I've never heard of Indians singing before. Well, some of the greats that were Native American people, Cab Calloway, Duke Ellington, Bessie Smith, they were people that had Native blood. But because of the way this country was structured against my people, the only way that they could stay safe was they had to hide their identity in the arms of our African American or Black brothers and sisters. So I want to say to all of you that regardless of where you're from or who you think you're from, I can guarantee you one thing, that between 86 and 92% of all people that say that they're African American, they got Native blood. So I'll tell you what my grandfather always told us when we were little boys. It's not about the color of your eyes or the pigmentation of your skin. It's not about the food you eat. It's not about your culture or your traditions. It's not about that deity that you pray to and call God. What it's really all about, and Grandpa would stand up in front of us and put his hand over his right hand over his heart and look at us and say, do you kids know what it's all about? My cousin Junie would always be the first one that opened his mouth. No, Grandpa, what is it about? And he would look at us and say, it's how you treat my heart. That's what it's all about. Everybody that I talk to is a member of my family. And my family is the human family. The 4 colors of the 4 directions, the red, the black, the white, and the yellow. That's my family. So to my family, I'll say to you, Danada, Goai, Wado in Cherokee. I love you all, and I'll see you again next Wednesday night. Same bat channel, same bat station. Talk to you later.